So the Apple Vision Pro just got released today. There's real apps we want. There's fake apps we want. So let's talk about all of them.
First up in the real apps category, this is launching with 600 native apps designed for it. And some of those include things that are kind of a workaround, like the app Juno, which is a YouTube app that costs $5. And it looks like it's kind of just an iteration on the website, but you can launch it from the home screen, and it's a dedicated YouTube app.
Nice. We thought we weren't getting one of these, but I think these guys also made Apollo from Reddit, which is a Reddit client. They already have a relationship with people who already trust this company. This will be good until we get a real YouTube app.
Yeah, and then there's the Microsoft apps, like Microsoft Word is available, and Apple officially launched all these things on the App Store. So for a lot of these, if you search for them in the App Store, and it normally would show you, here's the iPad version, here's the iPhone version, there's now Apple Vision Pro, and you can see images of what the app looks like.
Cool. For productivity people, I feel like this is a good thing because you don't always want to be tethered to your laptop. You just want to check on an Excel document or write something down or even dictate something. So I really like that these Microsoft apps are natively coming at launch.
Yeah, me too. I'm curious to see how they work in practice too. Like an iPad version versus the Apple Vision version. Is the difference in how you interact with it? How much of a difference is it? But we also have the NBA app. We have all those video apps we were expecting. There's a box app, and then there's over 250 games, including stuff like Sonic Dream Team, 2K24, TMNT, and then there are spatial games as well, like Super Fruit Ninja.
Yeah, and the mini golf app, right? Yeah. We'd hope for more, but we'll take the ones we got right now.
Yeah, because going into this, I guess we didn't really know that there were going to be that many games actually designed for it, besides iPad games. So it seems like there's a decent number at launch, as well as other things like Voyager, which immerses you in an aviation environment. And then there's Amaze VR Concerts, which are concerts designed specifically for the Apple Vision. And then there's things like Zillow.
Yeah, a lot of just basic apps that just seem useful, like being able to walk through a house. The concert things seem really cool, too, because one of their apps was a classical concert specifically. And that's something I never thought I would want out of an app or I'd never use on a phone or a tablet. But with the Apple Vision being a really immersive experience, if you can like be in a concert hall and watch a piano recital, that sounds really relaxing, or just something to, like an orchestra, even doing like movie scores or things like that. That's really, I would never do that not with this full immersed experience.
Yeah. And that's kind of the difference for me with a lot of these things is like, a number of these apps, it's like that's been on the Quest for however long, but it's the quality. And if they're actually landing it with the quality of these apps on the Apple Vision's enhanced quality screen and everything, then it's just more fun to use because it's not like, oh, this is kind of cool, but it's also a little blurry version of this Zillow tour. It's like, no, I feel like I'm in this house.
Yeah, I have never reached for the Quest for a entertainment experience besides gaming. It is amazing at gaming. I love the 3D games, but I've never been inclined to go like, let me watch a YouTube video over here. Let me do something else over here. Let me try to compute over here. It is literally a gaming device. Just because you can do it doesn't mean it's comfortable or that it's the best version of that thing. And because this is designed to do these productivity sorts of things and designed more for entertainment, it seems like you'll have a more quality experience with these things that'll be better than, say, just sitting in your living room and watching it on your TV.
Yeah, and that's been the difference for me. The same with the Quest. Like, I open the Netflix app, and it's cool to try out, but it's like, I'd honestly just rather watch this on my TV. And here, it seems like it has an opportunity to be like, actually, let me watch this on the Apple Vision. Like, I can lay down and put it right above me or something. I have just a lot more options.
Yeah, definitely. Comfort's a big factor, and then really just getting into the next level of screens and how you're going to actually use this thing will be exciting. There's still concepts coming out for the Quest or the Apple Vision Pro that people put out that are in development or not real, but seem like something we really want. So there's one that's a vacuuming
I saw
game.
this.
Have you seen this where it like puts your floor with coins or puts like a whole thing so you can vacuum on the screen?
Yeah, and it actually keeps track of everywhere you've gotten.
Yeah, so you can not miss a spot. Gamifying these mundane things seems really fun. We also got a new concept for a music app which dealt with physical media being there present in AR with you, which is pretty cool. So we see the app and we see someone actually flipping through their cassettes, which, why are cassettes the cool thing right now?
I don't know.
The cassettes just had such a short lifespan. You could have chosen like your vinyl records or something like that, which has much more of a cool factor. or your CDs, which seems like the retro version of right now. But
Yeah.
anyways, the guy pops his cassette and throws it on, which seems fun, but very impractical. But it just at least a cool imagination of how we can re-envision, some kind of app like that. Maybe that person's down there actually singing that song to you, or maybe you can have a little screen to the video, or maybe every time you go into that app, you can have posters of your favorite musicians on the wall or something like that. Or the posters change with your playlists or things like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a really cool environment aspect or physical media aspect to something like a music player that could be really cool with this VR experience.
Yeah, I do kind of like the idea that you could have, I don't know, like a deck of 10 records or CDs or whatever that you're like leaving there all the time, and then you're actually doing like what we used to do, which is like cycling through the albums that you own, as opposed to just like, okay, let me listen to something, let me search through infinity. Maybe you could have like a set thing and you're seeing the physical thing there and you're interacting because you're also on your Apple Vision with your computer screen or what else.
Yeah, even for Discovery, that could be cool. Like you have a box of, a crate of 10 vinyl, and you can only look through those 10 vinyl, and that's what it's pitching to you from albums. But you can actually physically interact with them. I think it's just doing the same things in a new, cool, tactile, interesting way.
And that'll be interesting to see because you are interacting with your hands, but you're not feeling anything. You're not getting any feedback there. So is it enjoyable, or does it feel like, no, it's not there?
Yeah, it feels gimmicky right now, but maybe in the future, as we develop this more, there might be something that's not gimmicky about it.
Yeah. Another app I saw was an anatomy app that they're testing for the Apple Vision or the Quest. And yeah, it just allows you to go around in 3D space and learn about anatomy. And that's just one very specific example, but tons of apps could work like this.
Yeah, education is something that they haven't touched on any of these platforms, really. They've used examples of something like repairing your car, where you can actually see those pieces in real time and take them out. Or repairing your computer. There could be something inside your PC or your Mac where it could actually point you to the problem or things to test. So you have your own multimeter or you have your own tools and you're trying to figure out what's going wrong with problems around your house. That's super useful. If you can actually fix your own products without needing a tech or too specialized of equipment, this could be really helpful in those situations.
Yeah, and I imagine long term that could be a thing where it's figuring it all out, but even an initial one is like you subscribe and you're talking with a tech and they're getting your feedback and stuff live, and you're using tools and stuff, but then they're actually telling you like, oh, hey, do this, hey, do this. It's much better than trying to do a FaceTime call or something, because you're able to use both your hands and they're seeing what you're seeing.
Yeah, I think that'd be really useful, and then people learn themselves how to fix things for themselves. And it's not going to work in all cases. Obviously, you still want a mechanic to do the big jobs, but if it's just something like changing your oil or doing something that's an everyday task that you can maybe do at home, or if you're too remote to get to those places, you can have someone walk you through some of these repairs. It seems like really cool for that, or just learning about anything, any sort of education in the middle of this, where you can bring something up, tear it apart, and put it back together again without actually just doing it in the real world is what we used to do.
Yeah, definitely. One use case I'm curious to see is I'm a drummer and I'll record sometimes like with a computer across the room. Can I now wear the Apple Vision while playing drums and have my Logic Pro screen right there? Or is it not going to work because it's tracking my hands or whatever?
Yeah, that was a weird thing because we heard on the Verge interview that even, talking with your hands was a problem because now you're moving your things around, or you might be clicking a link that you didn't want to click. I wonder if you could turn hand tracking off for a period of time, just in certain use cases like that.
Yeah, I'm honestly going to try that later today. I'm going to try playing drums and see if I notice any sort of lag in the visual of it.
We saw another app that has no demos yet of J.Crew releasing a virtual closet app. And we've seen this too. Walmart did a presentation at CES where they had an app where you could put in your photo and try on different sorts of clothes and things like that. So virtual shopping really seems to be a real wave of the future, where you could see yourself with those shoes on, you could see yourself in that t-shirt or that color, and really try to make better decisions about shopping, or will this couch fit in your room? There was another app about furniture and designing your perfect kitchen, and that seems like really cool too. Anything where you could put some kind of object that you can buy in your own physical space in its real size is just really exciting.
Yeah, in its real size to your own eyes as opposed to through the phone screen. I think, yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah, so many times when shopping, it's like you find something you like and you bring it home and it just doesn't fit in that space that you imagined, or it doesn't fit in your house, or it doesn't go with anything. So just, having one more step before doing that would be super helpful.
I'm excited to check out the App Store on the Apple Vision later today and see what all is there, because apparently there are 600 native apps.